going on, New Gaming Order? Alex flexes in the new Flaming Order. What? Shout out to our affiliates, Thumb Thrasher Gaming, Geeking Out, not to forget Tough Nerd Toys, and Free Play Mode. Shout out to those individual entities, and coming at you with a topic that is actually a combination of Shinmore and I having a discussion in reference to exclusives and how they're being treated in this console cycle. So let's get this thing off and popping. New Gaming Order is brought to you by Fullscreen.net. They're our partners. Make sure you check them out. Oh yeah, turning on the reactor. Time to get this podcast online. Intro by Michael Hurdle of michaelhurdle.com. Make sure you check him out for his graphic design needs. Alright. So, actually, I went to wave to you guys. What's going on? My room's a mess. I look like shit. I had a long week. My next day off is Saturday. It was going to be fun stuff. But let's get this thing rolling. Alright, so New Gaming Order. Something that has been a thing for me. We know that this is a business in the console space, and to be competitive is the natural order of things. However, I've been greeted with some frustration from owning an Xbox One and trying to ride it out, just like I did for Sony with the PlayStation Vita. I try to ride it out, and I don't know, maybe it's just me, or I'm always choosing the losing side, so to speak. Just like my Giants lost on to the freaking Cowboys. All you Cowboys fans can eat a what. But in any case, I am struggling to understand. What's going on, New Gaming Order? Oh, what the heck? Oh, I got the freaking back feed. My bad. Let me get this fixed. Gotta get the whole syncing up, but for some reason it's not letting me scroll on the website, so let me transition back and forth. But yeah, I am frustrated with a couple of things I've been seeing in reference to Shenmue 3, Fist of the North Star, a couple other titles that are rearing their head as being PlayStation 4 exclusives. My thing is, why? The only thing that really comes to mind is the fact that you have a larger install base in the PlayStation side of the house. I get it, but in the same right, it's like seeing hell freeze over when you got Shenmue that was exclusively on the Dreamcast. Yu Suzuki, Sega, that was Dreamcast's flagship title next to Sonic. Alright? Now, this thing is going to be a PlayStation 4 exclusive. Man, that turns my stomach in ways that, like, I think that even when Microsoft had publishing rights to Shenmue and whatnot, I was still like, But then again, when you look at the history and relationship between Sega and Microsoft, then yeah, I guess it was natural for them to go that route, to put Shenmue on the original Xbox with that, update and so on and so forth. But now we're in a day and age where, Shenmue might be just that exception because you've never seen it like really multi-console when it's been out, or when it's at its peak. Okay, and I am just like, man. There are gonna be other titles that I show on this podcast, but how is it Microsoft doesn't seem to be putting up a fight, just like the Giants didn't seem to put up a fight yesterday? And it baffles my brain where if somebody's punching you in the face, you're gonna block. Sony is like freaking jabbing the shit out of Microsoft right now, and they're not doing anything about it. You know, and Next Gen 720, when he had his meltdown on his show, I can see why. It's like, if you're in a race, put some boost or some pedal to the metal or something. Get some nitrous. Like, Microsoft seems like they got castrated by their shitty launch, and like they stumble out of the gates and they never recover. They can never catch up. You know, and at this point, Microsoft should be bending over backwards, breaking the bank, and trying to get some of these games onto the Xbox console. And you got the Xbox One X coming out in November. Crackdown is freaking delayed till next year. Scalebound is canceled. It's like, come on, they gotta figure this shit out. Like, really, you know. Yeah, Shenmue 3, that bugs me a bit. It was on Xbox before. Now it's on Sony. And I'm also feeling too that the Japanese are supporting Japanese. And I don't know. It just seems, you know, like I was looking at another title. Let me bring that up. And I think the more Japanese the titles are, the more likely they're going to stay on the PlayStation. Now, Warriors All-Stars. That's like a Dynasty Warrior style game, or like a Mosu game that On Your Knees likes. And I, you know, didn't even know about the game, but I was always like cool with, you know, Tecmo, Bandai, you know, Tecmo Koei, and it's like, how is this a third-party game that's on PlayStation only? Like, that doesn't make sense to me. And you know, Microsoft, with a game like Warrior All-Stars and Dynasty Warrior Musou and all that, what happened to 99 Nights? That's a franchise that just went by the wayside. You know, I mean, back in the 360 era, in the beginning, there were a lot of titles that gave the incentive to be on the Microsoft platform. But right now, they're not really giving that incentive. Now, I was watching a lot of like anti-Microsoft videos and so on and so forth. I'm not jumping that bandwagon. You know what I mean? I support Microsoft primarily because of Xbox Live. Most of my friends are on there. So that's kind of why I've kind of set up camp, and I haven't moved since. You know, I've been with the Xbox Live since the beginning. Day one, Unreal Championship. You get asked On Your Knees what my user handle was on that. When I got my first kill on there, they're like, Mantis, what? Like, it was like the funniest reaction ever, but it was what it was. But, yeah, I mean, I don't know. I own both systems, but it's like more and more like, unless these games come out on PC, I'm not buying it on the PlayStation. I don't like PlayStation Network. You know what I mean? And there's just not the same online component capabilities that I have been spoiled by with Xbox Live. Now, granted, if I was just a PSN head and never experienced Xbox Live, I would just still be playing on the PlayStation. I primarily was on the PlayStation brand, and it just, I don't know. You guys know my history, like why I have this detest for Sony to some degree, but I don't know. It seems like it's resurging. Like I'm having a flare up because you got Guilty Gear Xrd Rev 2, right? A fighting game, okay, a niche title for Arc System Works, and with all things considered, a game like this should be not just PlayStation 4 and PC, the Xbox guys should have access to it. They've had Guilty Gear games before. But again, it's business. Sony is doing it. Microsoft is not trying to combat it. So they're going to keep doing it. Again, Microsoft, wake the hell up. It's like Rocky not wanting to fight and Drago's giving him the business. Like, come on. Like, pick up your shit, Microsoft. Like, again, I was telling Shinwar this. If Sony is going to keep doing that, like locking games away from other ecosystems and other users, Sony isn't going to lose anything. They're going to get their guaranteed sales. They have a lock on this generation's market. The Xbox One X is not going to change that. But the ones who are on the other side should not be choked out. They should not be punished for not picking up a PlayStation 4 or PlayStation 4 Pro. I feel that's wrong. From Shenmue to this, you know what I mean? And then I get this bullshit excuse that, oh yeah, that's for Killer Instinct. Well, then you should go after Nintendo too, because Nintendo was the one that owned Rare at the time. But it's the same song and dance, and you know, I'm just against third-party console exclusivity. It just like really irritates me. Now this one right here gets my goat. Why is this fucking PS4 exclusive? Again, look at this. It's Kamen Rider Dragon Knight, right? You got, it's very Japanese, very, you know what I mean? So it's frustrating. I want to play that game. You know what I mean? If it comes out on PC, best believe I'm picking it up. You know, I can deal with the PC net code before anything else, but you know, looking at this right here, it's like, what the heck is going on? PlayStation 4 exclusive. I mean, my thing is, explain this to me. Why would they turn away? Like, if I'm willing to pay for it to play it on my console, why don't I have that option? Oh, get a PS4. I have one, but I just don't feel that's the right way. You know, Sony's getting away with murder, bro. Like, but I can't wait till this actually is on YouTube, because this is gonna be funny. Because that PlayStation fanboy that actually was trying to get at me, and I wasn't even attacking Sony. You know, it was just some BS. But this I don't agree with. Players should have access. You know what I mean? But oh boy, let me pull up another one. I had said something about this before, and I'm getting a call while I gotta let my brother-in-law know I'm doing YouTube. Sorry about that, guys. Yeah, he's in the field. My brother-in-law is back on active duty doing his thing on YouTube. Alright, sorry about that, guys. So, back to the topic at hand. I'm gonna change this topic here. Yeah, Dual Shockers, check them out. They had some good info, because I'm actually sourcing them right now. Alright, Hokuto no Ken, Fist of the North Star. Well, the developers ordinarily make for PlayStation anyway, so I kind of get it. But it kind of falls into that umbrella of like the Spider-Man game, because that's by Insomniac. But Spider-Man is a franchise. Like, I'm thinking Microsoft needs to purchase licenses to make titles exclusive to the Xbox brand that, you know, feature certain characters. You know what I mean? Why can't they go ahead and make a Fist of the North Star? And some of you guys who've seen me in the past, I love Fist of the North Star. Like, I've been following that for like the longest. That actually was the first ever anime I've ever seen. I was a kid when my godbrother was telling me, "Oh yeah, anime is like adult cartoons and stuff." And the first ever anime character was Kenshiro, and I saw him run up to that guy and do the 100 crack fist and him in the forehead and make him drop the girl, and he exploded and seeing his guts fall out and everything. I was like, "Oh, hold on, what's this?" You know, so I've been a fan of Kenshiro for a long time, and that's giving away my age. It was like late 80s, early 90s. So I'm like, damn. So without going on that tangent, again, right here, this is bugging me. Like, so the PlayStation fanboys are indeed correct. Like, the gap wasn't as big as it is now, as I saw in one video, or not video, it was actually an analogy on Facebook. It was a gap with the exclusives. Now it's become a canyon. The gap is so wide. How does it get to this state? And what is Microsoft trying to do to fix the hemorrhaging? Because their first party studios, they're closing them up. Lionhead Studios and freaking Fable and all that getting closed down, and projects getting shut down, and Sea of Thieves and Crackdown. They're betting on that to sell Xbox One X's. Yeah, okay. You know, with Rare making Sea of Thieves in a fashion that they're known for, you know, making a unique title. Okay, let's see where it goes, but I'm actually resentful of Crackdown right now because they're putting all their focus and emphasis on that, and even with the original games, it wasn't all that. It was fun, don't get me wrong, but the appeal didn't last long enough for me. You know, kind of got that Sunset Overdrive feel with police officers, you know, but man, it's just getting my goat. Here's another one. I was a bit pissed with the whole thing with this title. Double Dragon wasn't the best game out, but my thing with this was it came out on PC and PS4, but not on Xbox. Why is this? Aside from what I've already discussed before, the user base and the shitty start to the Xbox One launch. Dan Matrick, that idiot, he ruined Microsoft, and the stigma, the public opinion, is hard to shake. You know, I mean, you look at this, like Double Dragon, and even with, it's like a Nintendo upgrade, but spiritual successor type crap. And like, come on, man. Double Dragon, like Microsoft could not land a deal with Arc Systems to make this happen. Could this have been soured relations because of freaking Scalebound? I don't know. I'm just, you know, throwing caution into the wind, or just throwing speculation out there. But I mean, explain that to me. This just really is disheartening to see. Another one. And I'm still like waiting to see if I'm gonna pick this up or not. The only reason why I didn't play it, because again, it's not on my system, and I said I'll wait till it comes out on Steam. Now it's available on Your Knees of Streaming for us some time back, and it's what it is. And shout out to those individuals in the chat. Got Slinky Jim. What's going on, brother? Yeah, I mean, look at that. Nier Automata. Why is it on PC and PlayStation 4 only? This is killing you, Microsoft. Phil Spencer. Yeah, it's like, yeah, we're not trying to hurt Sony, but Sony's trying to hurt you. Defend yourself. Defend your brand. Have some pride in it. And you know, by saying this, I'm actually gonna put it on, you know, ID Xbox and all that Twitter stuff. Like, I don't know if they're listening. Maybe they're listening, but their focus and direction is just off. Like, their strategy is not really helping them keep the games there. Now, Slinky Jim, you're saying Microsoft doesn't need games? Yeah, okay. I have to say I disagree with you on this, but man, third-party games should be accessible to everybody. And what Sony's doing with freaking marketing rights, that's a thing in this generation. I don't remember seeing that back in the old days. I was just like, what the heck? Yeah, I know you're being sarcastic, you jerk. But yeah, marketing rights to Call of Duty and freaking Destiny. Like, what's going on? What's going on? Like, how did Microsoft just become nutless? I mean, Phil Spencer has done everything he could, inheriting a problem that Dan Matrick had created. And now that guy is long gone, but the after effects of his poor leadership is resonating now more than ever. So what can they do? And Slinky Jim, yes, they need the games, man. And rumors have it that, like I said this on another podcast, Metal Gear Rising 2, if it is actually happening, is supposed to be a PlayStation 4 exclusive. Let me see if I can pull that up. But man, that's like, come on. It makes no sense to me. Like, how does this happen? Let's see. No, actually, that was Platinum Games that made Nier Automata. Sorry about that. I'm trying to see something. It's a rumor right now, but if I can find that, there was a pictures, but bear with me. What's that? They need games. They need what? Knack 2? What's that? That's a title. And send me links to anything you guys want me to cover while I am in the chat, because since I'm hosting it, I can actually do some finagling around. Oh, I think I found something to take a look at. Because if this is true, man, I'm just gonna go PC, because at least we know we can get it. You know what I mean? But apparently, see this right here? You see this right here? There's supposedly a thing, Metal Gear Rising 2 teased, and it's gonna be an exclusive. Like, man, I'm just like, bro, what gives? I can equate this to being like, watching a UFC match and somebody's getting choked out and the referee is not jumping in to do something about it. You know what I mean? And then the dude's going to end up dying. No, that's a bad analogy. But I'm just saying, it's just like, when is this going to turn around for Microsoft? And it's not going to turn around if Microsoft doesn't put in the work. It's just like studying for a test. If you want to pass, you got to put the time, go to the library, put your study plan, and make it work. So, I mean, look at some of these titles. The style of titling that, you're seeing on the PlayStation and Microsoft, it just seems to be drying up. So, it may be, and I don't want to be like a Debbie Downer, or sounding like, oh yeah, all hope is lost for Microsoft. Well, no, not in the slightest, because they're doing, they're still selling. But my thing is, I'm still kind of wondering how they're still in a position that they are. They gotta just like get their butt in gear. Now, you know what? Slinky Jim brought up a good point. They didn't need a new system or a mid-cycle refresh. Just get the damn games. But Microsoft's Xbox One, the OG, was underpowered, and the developers and fanboys really played on that. They really were just like, yeah, underpowered. Now they got a 40%, almost double the power of their competitors. And it's like, okay, that's not even a concern or a matter anymore. It's just like, damn, it's like they got a Bugatti and then they don't have gas. Get the gas, get the games, you know. But I don't know. I'm just a little frustrated, as my brethren would say. But what are your thoughts? I mean, did Microsoft truly do this to themselves, or is this a combination of media bias, lack of effort? You know, I mean, we need to start seeing more commercials for Xbox One X, and we need to like really call Microsoft out on this stuff. Like, you know, the whole thing with Digital Foundry, get bigging them up, and the whole thing with Tomb Raider. And Tomb Raider like looking better on the Xbox One X. That's an old game. We need the current stuff. You know, it is what it is. I am just my excitement for seeing Microsoft stuff is starting to dwindle. I feel that also they're on a double-edged sword where they tried not to show Halo 6. They're not trying to show anything Gears of War, but that's all they got. You know, Forza, and it's like, okay, we need more, Microsoft. We need more. Microsoft has been doing good except games. But Stinky Jim, how did they get there, bro? How did they get there? It's not supposed to be like that. I mean, damn. Bring them games, but I think they won't because they want. Well, another thing, Next Gen 720 called Microsoft out on having their focuses on the wrong shit. Like, damn, why are they putting? I forget what game show it was. They were, you know, showing a game on Microsoft's panel that's gonna be Windows 10 PC exclusive and not on the Xbox. Why would you even waste time and resources in putting out that presentation? That game should come out on the freaking Xbox. And now I was saying, oh yeah, Halo needs to come out on PC. No, the hell it don't. Halo needs to stay its ass put on the Xbox. They don't need it to come out on PC because that will fundamentally kill the Xbox brand. Period. So, this was like my little rant or so. I mean, it's like the writing's on the wall. 2018. I give it to the end of 2018. Microsoft needs to make a dent then and there. If they can't seem to fix it, they're never going to. And they're settling to being second fiddle to Sony. And Sony is good with saying, hey, you know what? We're announcing the PlayStation 5. And everybody's just like, ooh, ah. And then they'll hang on that. You know, just the announcement of it. And it's like, okay, that they got these folks brainwashed and they won't try anything else. I ventured off. I tried different things. I was a Nintendo head before. And I said, I'll never leave Nintendo. And look at where I'm at. I grew up. My taste in games grew up, like content. So I moved on to something. I took a risk. If it wasn't for free play mode, I took a risk. I would never have known Xbox. But, I don't know. This is just... They gotta fix this, man. Halo 5 Forge. Yeah, well, Halo Forge is fun. I mean, like, think of it, like, for those of you who don't know, that's like, if you play Sonic 2 and you had the debug code and you run around putting different things on the stage and level editing and all that, or like Mario Maker, you can do stuff like that. But, man, my goodness, Microsoft is just really start showing your fangs. You know, Sony has turned into the big bad wolf, and Microsoft is a domesticated puppy. You know, but in the puppy, the puppy or German Shepherd can grow into something formidable. May not be as visceral or as efficient as a wolf, as in terms of hunting, but you know, at least something. I don't want Microsoft to be in a position where they get out of the gaming industry, because without Microsoft or without Nintendo, it won't keep Sony in check. It won't keep them honest. It won't keep them trying. Okay? So the big three, they must succeed. They must succeed. I'm telling you, if one of them collapses, it's just going to create instability, and you're going to see the true colors of Nintendo and Sony, or if Nintendo were to fail, the true colors of Microsoft and PS4. So that's all I got for you guys. You know, I don't want to drag this on for any longer, but I played for a bit because it was free. You know what? I never got into Forge Slinky Jim. It was what it was. You know, some people are fun with it. They do their thing, but it's what it is. But New Game in Order, please make sure you rate, comment, and subscribe. Check me out on newgameinorder.com for the latest and greatest. The Facebook page is more active than the website because it's still down. It's like our HTTP access was hacked or something. I don't know how or who did it, but I'm gonna get customer support with our WordPress individuals to get our stuff back online. But I'm gonna watch the rest of Monday Night Raw. I'll see you guys next week. I'll start on time. We'll make it happen at 9 o'clock. See you guys later. Peace.